If you know even the smallest thing about my movie tastes, you will have guessed that this movie, The Royal Tenenbaums, topped my 2001 list. With this film, Wes Anderson has created a movie that never fails to astound me. With every viewing, the movie just seems to get better and better. With every viewing, I seem to love these characters more and more. From the music to the set design to the direction to the acting, everything is of highest quality. Anderson just seems to create movies that speak to my sense of humour and movie tastes. This is possibly his most commercial and successful movie, well, perhaps up until Fantastic Mr. Fox. This is in part, I guess, to the cast. The cast is stellar talent top to bottom. All pretty much household names. I think my favourite acting performances / characters are Bill Murray, Luke Wilson, Gene Hackman, and the very underrated performance by Owen Wilson as the shambolic addict Eli. With The Royal Tenenbaums, I think I found a movie that in 40 years' time I can watch and love just as much as I did the first time. It really doesn't get much better than this. Do I understand Donnie Darko? I'm not sure I do, but I love it all the same. This movie is shot brilliantly, it's acted just as well, and has a killer soundtrack. In a bag of indie movies released in between the years of 2000 and 2009, this one will be remembered and discussed by moviegoers for years to come. You've got Jake Gyllenhaal in his first big kind of noteworthy kind of like attention-getting performance. You've got all the ideas in the film. It's just fantastic. It's quite an achievement. And actually, I want to go and watch it again now, just talking about it. So yeah, I really do think this will be remembered for many years to come. The Others always creeps me out. It's such a creepy movie. I don't care if the ending is predictable. I had a hell of a lot of fun watching this. Well, not fun, but I had a good time watching this film. The setting is great, the acting is great. I think it deserves to be remembered in the horror genre. When other movies were ripping limbs off people, this film remembered that less is more. And in this case, a lot more. Possibly the scariest movie in recent years. I always want to watch it on Halloween. I think it's absolutely brilliant. And it made me interested in other movies such as, The Innocents, which this takes a lot from. The Orphanage and The Devil's Backbone, all these other movies that are the same kind of genre. I watched this and I thought this is the kind of horror I like, and this started it all for me. So The Others has to go on this list. I love this movie. I haven't seen Ghost World in a while, too long really, but this is a weird, odd yet touching film. For all its quirkiness, it's still very accessible and relatable for many people. Also top-notch performances by Thora Birch, Scarlett Johansson and Steve Buscemi. Also, on top of that, one of the best comic book / graphic novel adaptations of all time. I'd really check this movie out. If you like films by people like Wes Anderson and stuff like that, and you like kind of coming of age stories, this is definitely one to check out. It's a brilliant movie that I'm ashamed I haven't seen recently, but I will watch again after doing this. Although I think there's plenty of people that enjoyed this film more than I did. I did really like the first instalment, this Lord of the Rings, Fellowship of the Ring. I have a lot of respect for the craft on display in this film. This was kind of confirmed for me when I was talking to someone who read the book in college, and they said that they could never have imagined that they could put what was on the page on screen. And I never really thought of it like that before, and it kind of reminded me of something that I, from my own kind of personal perspective kind of thought of. It reminded me how I felt about the Grand Theft Auto series. Now that sounds stupid, but bear with me. When the game was just in like the 2D kind of shot from above, I thought, oh, this would be great in full 3D. And then they did it with GTA 3, and when that came out I thought, yeah, but still got loading times, it would be great for it to be online. Then GTA 4 came out and it just did everything. Everything was realised in GTA 4. It was like every other game up to that point was leading to that, to get the full vision of the series. Now the amount of work that was put into that to make that possible, to expand the original idea into what it became, is what Lord of the Rings is like, what the Lord of the Rings film is like. Nobody could have imagined back when the book was around that people would make this into a movie that so encapsulated everything that you would have imagined when you were reading it. So I think that has to be something that has to be respected. even if personally I didn't like the film as much as people like it, I can't deny its craft. And for that, I have to put this film here. And I think it's great for the amount of work they put into it.